Turf Talk 101, man, with your man, Travon Smith. As usual, we like to kick off the off season and check in with past Turf Talk guests. And this dude was one of my favorites, one of an elite quarterback at the high school level, a blazer, an athlete. And if you've never seen him do one of them 80-yard sprints against modern day, I suggest you go back and check his film, the one and only Izzy Carter. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm hanging in there, heading into your sophomore season, right?
Yes, sir.
Heading into the sophomore season for people that aren't familiar with this athlete right here. Go ahead and introduce yourself so people get an idea where we're gonna go with the little 10 minutes we do with the athletes.
My name is Izzy Carter. Went to Corona Centennial. Graduated in 2023. I was recently signed to ASU. Ended up decommitting and exploring out my options, and was originally supposed to go to Tulane, and then some stuff happened, and just felt like it was best for me to take my times to USF and follow Coach Golish's footsteps and under the Hendon Hooker and Joe Milton's way. And so, yeah, that's kind of the path I'm on now. I redshirted this past year, my freshman year. But now I have all 4 years, and now I'm competing and stuff like that. So, I mean, it should be fun.
Oh, definitely. You dropped a lot of gems in there, and I want to get to you as a person because of the way that you've dealt with your highs and you know the mids, which we all go through in life. Because I don't know any background information as far as the college stuff. Let's talk about the transition from high school to college, going getting committing to ASU, the decommit. What goes through your head as an athlete so other athletes who may be younger than you have an idea of why when they come to these kind of situations that they're not the only one.
I was committed to ASU for I think it was 6, 7 months.
Mhm.
I committed to them my junior year. So I committed to them my junior year, and all through my junior year, I felt pretty good about ASU. Then my guy Herm Edwards ended up getting fired. I believe it was the second game of their season, my senior year, and to me, I still loved ASU. I love the city. I love the environment. They embraced me with open arms, and I had a great relationship with the new staff that's over there now. Kenny Dillingham, he was at Oregon, and he was recruiting me at Oregon, and so he kind of saw me throw a couple times at Centennial, and so I felt like it was best that I just stayed put. I didn't need to go anywhere, and
Right.
just stay loyal to them at that time. And so, going through the whole recruiting process, it's really just about like the best fit for you.
Mhm.
And so, I loved ASU. I loved the environment. I loved Coach Dillingham. I love what they had to offer. But I just felt like they weren't gonna use me the best way that I know I could be used. And so a player like me, like I want to be able to be put in the best situation possible. And so I just felt like if I went somewhere else, it would have been a better output for me. And so that's when I decommitted and stuff like that. Um, it was definitely a hard decision because I decommitted like the day before signing day, and
Hmm.
I was supposed to sign with ASU that day. The coach called me up. Quarterback coach called me up, asking me like, "Am I excited? Like, am I ready to kind of do this?" And I had to tell him right then and there. It was kind of heartbreaking for both parties, because everybody expected me to be a Sun Devil. They're ready for me to get in there, and I kind of had the buzz going around Tempe that whole time, because I had a pretty good senior season, and so they were looking for a guy like me to just come in and be ready. But I just felt like it wasn't the best fit, and so I decommitted from them. Decommitted from them. Then I opened up my options. I was talking to Florida, Tulane, and I was talking to USF real heavy at that time. And Tulane, I was after they beat USC in that Cotton Bowl,
Mm.
I was in my head, I was like 95% committed to them already. I was ready to be at Tulane and just get it started. But the problem was I didn't take a visit yet, so I didn't know what the environment was like and stuff like that. So that next week, I had scheduled a official visit, and the plan was just to get there and try to early enroll as soon as possible because I still had some time to do so. But I didn't know what I wanted to do 100%. Like, like I was pretty high on going to Tulane, but I had other schools in mind too with Florida and USF. So I just really wanted to get the best out of what I can, and I didn't want to rush a decision. And so, me not coming to that spring ball or coming in that winter to whatever school I went to, that definitely played a role on, just my development on, learning the playbook and all that good stuff. As a quarterback, you need that spring, but I didn't want to rush anything at all. I felt like regardless, I'm going to be good. I don't have to rush anything in the process. If I don't know what school, if I'm still thinking about schools and trying to weigh out the pros and cons, then that's what I need to do. So just because of the time that I was in too, like I decommitted in December, so I was working with a short amount of time
Yeah.
already. And so, I had my visit with Tulane, set it up with them. It was great. They showed me around the city, showed me the school, showed me the campus,
New
the
Orleans,
regular.
New Orleans, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Well, that's a whole different conversation in New Orleans.
yeah. So it was good vibes, honestly, and coaches loved me. They were recruiting me pretty hard. They came to my house a couple of times. Had dinner with them. It was just good vibes, and so I was ready. I was ready to be with Tulane, and then my USF had offered me, and so USF and Florida had offered me, and so during that time, I'm like, dang, like I'm ready to just get it done because it's stressful, but it's a good stress though. Like I'm blessed to be in that situation to where I could pick between any school that I really want to go to and just really bring it down to the final three schools and stuff like that. So but it does get stressful because like it's just so much on your head. Like you just wrapping up a season. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick a new team to go to. You gotta really make the right decision because a guy like me, like I don't like to just go to school and then transfer out. Like I like people know that. I've been at Centennial all
All
4 years of
four,
my
all
life.
4 years.
People question me all the time about why didn't I transfer? Why didn't I just go to Mater Dei my sophomore year or just leave Centennial in general? But like I'm not that guy. I'm a real loyal dude, and I like to stay to the process with everything. And that was another reason why I was committed to ASU for so long because of those reasons. And once I stick to something like that, that's it. Like I kind of just want to go from there.
Okay.
And I feel like I could bet on myself during any situation, and as long as I get on the field, as long as coaches see me, everybody's gonna be like, okay, we good with Izzy, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of my mindset that I've always had as a ball player and stuff like that. So um, yeah, man, it was pretty hard, and so Florida, they were trying to set up a visit and stuff like that. Couldn't really get set because I had already set up my visits with Tulane and USF, and signing day for that next window was that February. And so I didn't have any time to really schedule a visit with Florida like that. And so that happened, and my coach, when I first got the offer from USF, man, I was like, USF, like
Yeah. South
what you
Florida
like?
home. Yeah.
I was like USF. I was like, I mean, they trying to build their program around. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? It was a toss up in my head, and so I was like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna go there. Just because USF's record, the past previous years, they always had great players, great
Yeah,
environment. They just couldn't win for some
yeah, yeah,
reason. I didn't, and I couldn't understand it. And I remember watching them play Florida, and they could have beat them, and they
yeah,
barely lost. And so I'm like, why can't they pull through or whatever? And so my quarterback coach, he's good friends with Coach Golish. He had said that, Coach Golish and Tennessee staff, they had came over to
yeah.
USF. And so I'm like, oh snap.
And that's when
And I
Tennessee, that's when Tennessee's balling, right? So they
Yeah,
come
and
over the staff.
that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
when Tennessee was balling. The offensive coordinator, Alex Golish, came over to USF, took the head coach job. Obviously Tennessee that year, I mean,
yeah.
they was
I mean, they
crazy,
they were hey,
especially
they was giving everybody a run for their money.
yeah, yeah. Beat Bama.
Yeah,
They were battling with Georgia and stuff like
yeah,
that. And Hendon Hooker, before he got hurt,
yeah,
that's my guy, because we trained together with Steve and stuff like that, my quarterback coach. But if he didn't get hurt, I feel like he would have won the Heisman
yeah,
easily, because he was throwing for
yeah. He was
like
killing.
three 300 400 yards a
He was
game,
killing.
just snapping. So um once my quarterback coach told me that, I was like, okay, because my quarterback coach, you know what I'm saying, he advises me and mentors me a lot when it comes down to my decision making and stuff like that. And so obviously looking at what he did with Hendon and my guy Joe Milton,
Yeah,
those guys kind of like fit in my area with how I play ball and stuff like that. And just my ability to run and just my arm
yeah,
abilities as well. Like, I want to throw the ball before I run. And
yeah, yeah,
so um Coach Golish's air raid offense, that was kind of what I really liked. And so set up a visit with them. Got on a visit with USF after the Tulane visit. That next week, got on the flight, caught a flight to Tampa. As soon as I got to Tampa, and man, it was just like good vibes, good energy. They showed me love, open arms. I wanted The biggest thing was I wanted to see the offense, like
yeah,
really see how they do things, how they break it down. And so I went into my quarterback coach's office. He put on a tape, was watching the tape with him and Coach Golish, and they were breaking down how they do certain things and why they do certain things. And I promise, Coach Golish, if they broke it down to anybody, like anybody would be like, dang, like it's so unique how they do it,
yeah,
and it works. Like, you never think that, like, the certain stuff that they do, like you never think that stuff like that would work, but it does.
yeah,
And it's crazy how just like little things like that can like really affect the defense and stuff. And so I'm just sitting there like, oh snap, because it makes sense. At the same time, they just taking what the defense gives them, really,
yeah,
and just tiring the defense out with the tempo and stuff like that. And so um that's kind of the offense I wanted to be in, was a air raid offense.
yeah.
My ability to run.
Spread them
They
out. Spread
have,
them out, right?
yeah, they have some quarterback designs runs. And so I just really, as soon as I saw the tape, I just, something in me just was like, yeah, this is where you need to
That,
be. Like,
that's where you go with your gut feelings, right?
yeah, yeah. And so um once I made that decision, I kind of was already signed in my head, like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
the spot I want to be. Um, but it was kind of hard because Tulane, they was
yeah,
calling me, checking up on me, like, the whole time I was on a visit. And so I got done with my visit with Coach Golish and Coach Gordon. Had my exit meeting with Coach Golish and Coach Gordon. Sat down with them, talked to them. They kind of wanted to know, like, what was my decision, because sign day was coming up, stuff like that. Um, Broke everything down to me. Um, about how they're going to grow and develop me and stuff like that. And just signed from there.
Yeah.
And the rest is pretty much history. Freshman year, redshirted.
Yeah.
Redshirted my freshman year. Um,
But learned a
that
lot.
was
You learned a lot,
it.
right?
I learned a lot, man. It was probably now that I'm looking at it, it was definitely not saying a blessing.
Yeah.
My thing for young athletes and guys that's going to college, don't rush the process, no matter how bad. Like, not saying if you a baller, your coaches know you a baller. Not saying, especially if you're a quarterback, stuff like that. It's all about process and not saying not rushing it, making sure that you know everything that you're doing because Coach Gold's his thing was he don't want to throw a young guy out there. Not saying he doesn't know everything that's going on. Now you lose your confidence,
Yeah.
and that's real because not saying once you're on the field, like coach is not gonna hold back. They're gonna coach you up too.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what you're doing, not saying you gonna get cussed out. Not saying
Yeah.
coached up real hard. Just the regular things that a coach should do. He gonna push you, and so freshman year, I came in late, so I'm coming in the summer, and so obviously I had to catch up to speed on the playbook, learn everything, and there's so much stuff as a quarterback that you need to learn. My offense isn't hard at all, but it's just so much little details that you need to learn within the offense in order to not saying succeed the way you want to succeed. And so now me looking at it, I'm glad that you know what I'm saying I redshirted because just that experience alone just taught me so much about just the game of football and how different it is on a college level. Like it's not like high school at all, as far as like the development and the process part. Like you gotta actually not saying live football once you get to college and high school. It's more like okay, like you balling, making a name for yourself. But once you get to college, it's a business
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
that moment on.
And I think,
And
Izzy, I think for somebody like yourself, the caliber of just taking that red shirt freshman year to learning how to process the information and receive it. Now, the next when you step on that field, because if people don't know, you're like a freaking freak of athlete for a high school player that's only going to grow and get better, faster, and stronger. But once you start processing that whole last year, you're gonna be so dangerous when you hit that field. I can't
yeah,
wait to watch. I can't wait to
yeah.
watch.
That's another thing too, man. Like I've always played with confidence. Like, not saying I know I can throw any ball on the field. I know I can just pull the ball and
Yeah.
run for 50, 60 yards. But my thing was I wanted to get to the point to where how confident, as far as like the playbook, like how was that Centennial like? Everything was just like this, and I knew what I needed to do in certain moments, how to check the protection, how to do certain things, and that's how I wanted to be on the college level. And so, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And so that's how I wanted to be on the college level. And so, obviously, when I came in, I wanted to try to find ways to get on the field as soon as possible. I wanted to compete in everything I did with all the quarterbacks in the room. That's just a competitive nature that's in me.
Yeah.
Just because my willingness to get on the field and I want to hurry up and try to just achieve my dreams of just being a college D1 college quarterback, just balling, scoring touchdowns and stuff. But going throughout that first year, it was certain things in the playbook that, like, I'm not saying I needed to get down, and it was like I was thinking a little bit too much. Like I knew what to do, but it was like I was thinking too much in my head on certain things, and so the playbook really didn't start slowing down until like we got into season, and so to the point to where like I know everything that's going on, and so right after fall camp, we get into season. I started feeling a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more comfortable, and then the end of the season, that's when I was like, okay, I got it now, and it's more like slow pace, and now I can like really study the playbook how I want to, and so now going into this spring. You know, I just been working really hard and growing in that area because everything on the field I know I have, but if I can just grow in that area and know the ins and outs of each play, that's gonna be more successful and more beneficial for me. And so now, I have all the confidence in the world in the playbook, and it's fun playing with that confidence again because it's like, dang, like if I would have rushed that process my freshman year, not saying if I would have just not redshirted or whatever, just because, not saying I'm trying to play so bad rather than just taking a chill real quick,
Yeah.
taking everything in, taking all the knowledge in, and then going out there, then not saying I don't know, I would have been mad if I would have wasted my redshirt year
Yes,
or
sir.
in my freshman year. But now that I have all the knowledge, all the information, I'm real confident right now in everything that I'm doing, and it's just fun just being out there and you not thinking on the field, you just playing ball. And so um I'm just excited for this upcoming season. I'm excited for the rest of the spring ball to go out. Really can't wait to get back to Florida later today.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So just the red shirt process, the red shirt deal, man. I definitely suggest all freshmen to doing that. Um, because what the information you can learn that whole year, it's so important. And I'm sometimes you're gonna be on the sidelines, not saying y'all travel, you're gonna be in the hotels, all that stuff, and you're gonna be like, dang, bro, like if I was in, I would have done this, and that.
Yeah.
But and it's gonna be hard. That's just that's natural for a ball player. And not saying if you a dog, you gonna want to play. You gonna want to play. Like
Yeah.
you gonna want to be on the field. And so it's gonna be hard doing stuff like that. I mean, a lot of times I was going back home just really stressed out, like what's going on and stuff like that. Like, and so I had to sit down with my head coach and talk to him about everything, about like where my head was at. And I said I had hopped in the portal for a second.
Yeah.
I it got real. Like
Yeah.
it that freshman redshirt year, your first year in college, that's probably gonna be the hardest year, the hardest mentally challenging thing ever. Like ever, hands down. Like this past year challenged me so much. And it might seem that stuff isn't working out or
Yeah.
something like that, but it's not the case. It's just not saying your coach is trying to build you up, and they can't do multiple things at one time. Not
Yeah.
saying they trying to build you up, and they don't want to rush the process at all with you. And not saying me being for 4 years, me still having 4 years of eligibility. For me, I feel like it's gonna be a pretty scary thing because I got 1 year to just sit down and just learn
Yeah.
everything, and I got 4 years from now on to just ball. And so, um, that's what's gonna be really fun. And so, yeah, man, just
Well, look, man, hey, keep us updated, man. I'm gonna check in with you during the season. If you're just tuning in, man, Turf Talk 101, Travon Smith right here with Izzy Carter. Corona Centennial, graduate 2023, now down there at the University of South Florida, about to enter his sophomore season. He registered his freshman season. So if you're an athlete and you think about going to college, go back and watch this because he dropped so much information that you're going to go through the same mental process and things like that, and hear this dude's story. But I can't wait to see it out, man. And I want to check in with you throughout the season. You know I'm gonna be tapped in because we watch college everything.
oh
So
yeah.
yeah, keep us updated, man. And hey, I appreciate you for coming out and hanging out with us because I know you're about to head back this afternoon to Florida.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Just keep us posted, man. But tell them where everybody can find you at, or I don't know what information you got. Your college athletes got so much going on. I don't know if you want to share some information. I'll post the information as well in the description.
Okay. Yeah, man. If anybody wanna, not saying they got questions or whatever, you guys can hit me up on Instagram, ISR the number 8 AEL. And then yeah, I'm on there. I'm always reaching back to
Okay.
people, answering questions and stuff like that.
And I'm gonna go in there and throw any business transactions, hit that man, and somebody will get back with you as well. You know that hey, with these college athletes, they're always looking for some kind of support. Hey, Izzy, keep it up, man. Salute. I've been, watching you since freshman year. I've seen you in freshman year, sophomore year. So it's a pleasure to see how much you've grown and what you've become, and I can't wait to see the finished product. So
Yes, sir.
congratulations. Much love to the family because I know you have a great family and they're all there for you. So keep
Yes, sir.
hey, we're gonna support you, man. So thanks for everything and have a good day.
Appreciate you.
All right, boss.